because the bill as I saw it was flawed. We can do better. I think that everyone in this room would agree that we have the best healthcare system available anywhere in the world. We need to preserve what works in our current system. Our medical innovation, our technology, our research exceeds anything that's available anywhere else in the world. But that doesn't mean we can't do better. That doesn't mean we should do what we can to bring down the cost of health care, to make it more affordable for every family. I heard a boo to bringing down the cost of health care. I didn't think that was a controversial remark. But look, this is an issue that affects everybody. It's the most personal of issues, and I understand that there's passions. But I want to be clear. I'm in this because I want to achieve consensus. I want to have a reasonable approach to health care reform, to making it more affordable, to making the insurance system more fair so you don't get dropped if you get sick. They don't do the pre-existing condition exclusions. They don't do the lifetime caps or annual caps on people with chronic diseases. I think there are things we can do to make it a more fair system. There are certainly things we can do to help small businesses afford health care. Only about half of small businesses in this country are able to afford to offer health care right now. I gave a speech in Newcastle earlier, it was last week, late last week, to the Rotary Club, and one of the business owners came up and showed me his bills from the last 4 years. And the lowest increase that he had had in his rates annually for 4 years, the lowest increase was 28%. And he told me he had to make the decision to stop offering coverage to his employees. And it was breaking his heart to tell me that. We can do better. We can help small businesses afford. I don't think the House bill did that. I think the House bill penalized small employers. And I think we can do better with that provision. But I do want to be very clear. I do want to be very clear that I want to find a way to make the system work better for everybody. That's what I'm in it for. I'm not in this to win political points. I'm not in this to promote one agenda over the other. As you heard, I have a very centrist voting record. According to a nonpartisan study for my first term in Congress, I voted 50% with the Republicans and 50% with the Democrats. And I think that's where my district would want me to be. But on this issue, I think where every member of Congress needs to be is where the American people are. And that's why it's so important that we have meetings like this all around the country. I looked at a list today, and there are at least 26 other town hall meetings hosted by members of Congress around the country. I'm sure there's more that weren't on the list. But the point is, this has been healthy for the process. To come into the districts, to force members of Congress to have this discussion. I'm grateful for you being here tonight. I'm grateful that you took the time. Some of you drove a long way to be here, and I want you to know how much I appreciate that. I've spent my August talking to Silver Sneakers groups in Cranberry and Rotary clubs in Hampton. We had the Fox Chapel and McCandless and Shaler clubs there as well. Talking to hospital boards and doctors groups, the Allegheny County Medical Society. I've done everything I possibly can. I did a 2-hour radio call-in, taking questions for 2 hours with Mike Pintek on KDKA. I'm doing everything I can. And for anyone who feels like you haven't been touched enough and you haven't had the ability to voice your opinion enough, you of course can always call, write, or email my office, and you will get a response, and I will listen to your concern. But on September 2nd, we're having a telephone town hall, which we purposely scheduled at the end of this recess so we could capture everybody who feels like they still had something to say. Anyone who wants to be on that, we had 24,000 people on our last 2 calls. This is a great way to reach a lot of people and have a discussion. You can get on that too. So here's what we're going to do tonight. This is about hearing from you. And we took names.